How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
(18-15) the score. South Bend Adams out on top after one. Daniel McKeeman off the bench for Carroll tonight has hit a couple of threes to help keep the Chargers in the ball game. And Jared Hofer has been held to just one basket in the first 8 minutes. It'll be Carroll basketball to start this second quarter. Chargers will have Thanksgiving and Friday off, and they'll be back in action on Saturday night. They've got a long road trip to Penn to take on the Kingsmen. Jones into the front court. Left side for Dylan Redding, back to Jones. Spins at the free throw line, and he traveled. So the turnover will give it back to South Bend Adams, and the Eagles a chance to build on a 3-point lead. Tyrese Parker over to Swanson Jr. Back in the corner. Here's a three by Green. That's an air ball. And Jones comes out with it for Carroll. They'll work it in the left corner. This is Dylan Redding for three, and it's good. So it's tied up at 18 now. South Bend Adams will throw it in. Pace has slowed down just a tad bit here in this second quarter. Cross court, this is Ellis with it. To Rico Swanson Jr. Out left side, Green will fire another three. It's no good. Ellis the rebound, double clutch, and off the glass and in. Walter Ellis has four, and South Bend Adams back on top. On the other end, an and-one opportunity for Anthony Martin. And not only that, it ties the score at 20. Martin gets his first basket, a chance to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play. It's on the way, missed it, and we remain tied, but Ellis can't handle the ball over in the corner. It's out of bounds to Carroll. So now the Chargers a chance to regain the lead here in the second quarter with 6:31 to go. Arius Young will throw it in. Comes into Anthony Martin. Martin down to the baseline, slipped, but a whistle and a foul is going to go against Nick Fulmer.
Adams foul 24, Nick Fulmer.
Carroll's biggest lead so far tonight has been 3. South Bend Adams' largest lead has been 5. Right now we're tied at 20. Redding to Redding. And back to Redding. Here's Young. Got it to Martin. Catch and shoot, no good. Rebound tapped up by Hofer. So Hofer gives Carroll back the lead. Here's a long three that's up and good by Nick Fulmer. And that'll put South Bend Adams back on top. 23-22. And on the other end, Hofer will put it back up and in. Now all of a sudden things starting to pick up just a little bit. Here's another three from Fulmer that won't go. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Fulmer, still loose. Now into the hands of Redding, to the basket, up, missed it. And Ellis has got the rebound back the other way for South Bend Adams. Picked up by Young, drives it into the paint, dumps it off, shot up and good by Kyrese Parker.
Number 11, Kyrese Parker.
25-24 now. South Bend Adams with the lead. Carroll's got the basketball as we hit 5 minutes to go in the first half. Here's an off-balance shot in the lane that's no good. Hofer tried to tap it up. That wouldn't go. Adams back out with the basketball. Here's Fulmer, another three left corner, got it again. His third three of the first half. And it's now 28-24. South Adams with the lead. Carroll's got the basketball. Ready, they'll get it to Martin. They'll find Arias Young over the right corner. Hop, step, and he traveled. And again, wholesale substitutions in for both teams. (28-24). South Bend Adams with the lead in the basketball. A hoop here would give them their biggest lead of the night. Michael Green into the front court, left side for Shaquille Johnson. It's a zone defense for Carroll. And South Bend Adams starting to show a little bit of patience. Here's a long three that's up and no good from Kyrese Parker, and on the rebound, a whistle and a foul is going to go against Carroll. That's on Perlick. His first, only the second team foul against the Chargers here in this first half. Fulmer inbounds. Comes into Johnson. He'll turn and put it in.
Number 34, Shaquille Johnson.
Biggest lead of the night for South Bend Adams at 6. As Nathan Fish into the ballgame for the first time tonight, and he stepped on the sideline. So South Bend Adams trying to push the lead now to 8 or even 9 with a 3. They've got Fulmer out there. He has hit 3 threes tonight as the ball is deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles. Fulmer will inbound, comes into Ellis. Up top to Green, into the lane, tried to dump it off for Johnson, and it's an offensive foul. So Carroll will get it back and a chance to cut into a 6-point lead, or a 6-point deficit rather. Full court pressure by South Bend Adams. And here's a steal and a layup by Ellis.
0, Walter Ellis.
So Walter Ellis gets the basket. He's got 6. And it's the biggest lead of the night now for Adams at 32-24. Here's a 3 left corner by McKeeman that won't go. South Bend Adams the rebound. Eagles quickly back to the other end. Here's Ellis all the way to the basket. Missed the layup. Rebound tapped out, and McKeeman will bring it back the other way. Under 3 to play. It's an 8-point lead for South Bend Adams. Reading, top of the key. They'll work it over on the left side for McKeeman. He's come off the bench to hit 3 threes tonight. Shot from the corner, no good, and on the rebound, a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Shaquille Johnson. That'll be his second. It's the team's 5th. Or check that, the team's 8th. And it's going to send Nathan Fish to the free throw line. Up there to shoot one in the bonus. As William Jeffers, the 6'7" senior, has checked back into the ball game. Fish's first is up. It's no good. And South Bend Adams has the rebound, and back the other way we go. Into the front court, Rico Swanson Jr. Down it to Green, back to Swanson. Top of the key, Green will catch and shoot the three, left it short. Battle for the ball over on the sideline, and a nice play by Jeffers to knock it off of Riley Perlick and out of bounds. It'll stay with South Bend Adams. Swanson Jr. will fire the three, and it's good. Rico Swanson Jr. has made it a 35-24 game, and it's to double figures for the first time tonight. Nearly a turnover by Perlick in the corner. South Bend Adams bench wanted to travel. Here's Fish, left wing for three. That's no good. Rebound loose and brought out of there by South Bend Adams. Long outlet up to Green, and he'll run over Arias Young, and they're going to call Young for the block. That was close. It looked like Arias Young was close to having position, but the officials didn't think so. Now Redding is going to check back in. Also Anthony Martin back in for Carroll as well. Walter Ellis is back in for South Bend Adams. Inbounds comes to Ellis. Backs into the paint. Up with the right hand. It's no good. And the rebound ripped down by Riley Perlick for Carroll. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. 35-24. South Bend Adams with the lead. This is Martin. Across the lane. Bounces it back out. Young from the free throw line. It's no good. And the rebound comes down to the 6'7" William Jeffers, all the way to the other end, and an easy two for Kyrese Parker. And all of a sudden, it's a 13-point lead for South Bend Adams, 37-24. Here's a pull-up jumper that's no good. Offensive rebound for Carroll, and the ball slapped out of bounds on a nice defensive play by South Bend Adams and Kyrese Parker. Chargers looking to end the half on some kind of positive note. Things have really gotten away from them here in the second quarter, now down by 13. Here's McKeeman over to Arias Young. Now it comes to Martin. He'll hand off for McKeeman. Back to Martin. Baseline drive, pump fake, shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound, and South Bend Adams comes out with it. They'll outlet it to Michael Green. Nice move in the lane, couldn't finish, and a blocking foul going to be called against Carroll. That one's on McKeeman. That's his first, team's fourth. Will be a shooting foul, and it'll send Michael Green to the line. He's got 2 points tonight. Free throw on the way, and good. Second one on the way, got them both. 39-24, the lead is ballooned to 15. Down to 20 seconds to play in the half, and the pass deflected out of bounds, and they say last touch by Jacob Redding. So South Bend Adams, another chance to extend the lead here at the end of the half. Inbounds to Swanson Jr. Picked up by Redding as he comes across the timeline. Down to 10 seconds. Redding, the left-handed dribble. Up top comes to Ellis. He'll kick it right corner. Three in the air is good for Kyrese Parker. And South Bend Adams will take an 18-point lead to the locker room. As we go to break, it is South Bend Adams 42, Carroll 24. This is high school basketball on Summit City Sports. We get set to start the second half here at Carroll. South Bend Adams took a game that was once tied at 18 and blew it up to a 42-24 halftime lead, an 18-point advantage. And to tell you what, if you were watching the live stream, they spent very little time in the locker room. They were in there maybe 3.5 minutes, and then they were back out shooting around. Meanwhile, Carroll took almost the entire halftime in the locker room. Looks like both teams are going to come back with their original starting fives, except Daniel McKeeman will start the second half for Carroll. Hit a couple of threes in that first half. And Jared Hofer will start the second half watching for Carroll. This is Rico Swanson Jr. Got it to Green. Over in the corner it goes to Kyrese Parker. Look at back up top to Green. Pulls up left of the circle. And Adams has been patient and still managed to put up 42 points in the first half. Here's Swanson Jr. spins down on the baseline, kicks it out for Michael Green. Back to Swanson Jr. Down the lane, flips it up and in. Rico Swanson Jr. has his 8th point. And it's now a 20-point lead for South Bend Adams. They want more as they come with a full court pressure. Carroll break it as they get the pass up to Perlick. Top McKeeman, right side Redding. Now to Arias Young, pulls up right elbow and knocks it home. Arias Jones has his 4th point. On the other end, Rico Swanson Jr. can't get it to go, follows his own shot for the offensive rebound. Now Green, a stutter step, and now we've got a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. Going to go on South Bend Adams. They're going to put that one on William Jeffers, the 6'7" senior. That's his 2nd. First team foul on either team here in the second half. Here comes the full court pressure again from the Eagles. Comes into Arias Jones. They'll work it up ahead to McKeeman. He'll pull up just inside the arc and knock it home. That's 8 for Daniel McKeeman. And it's now 44-28, South Bend Adams. Here's a long 3 from Ellis that's good.
0, Walter Ellis.
Here's Redding, left of the circle. Now McKeeman gets it back to Redding. He'll fire a long 3 and it's good.
Number 4,
So Redding buries the 3. And it's 47-31. Now we've got a timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30-second timeout as Carroll, pardon the pun, trying to make a charge back here in this third quarter after falling behind by 20. They get back-to-back threes and now trail it by 16, 47-31. Still a long way to go. And this may come down to how disciplined can South Bend Adams be here in the second half. The Indiana basketball website has picked Carroll to be a 20-plus point winner tonight. That is far from the case at this moment as, again, they trail it by 16. Inbounds comes to Jones. More full court pressure from South Bend Adams. They'll throw over the top. Now they'll give it to Redding, and they'll settle into their offense. Man-to-man for South Bend Adams. Arius Jones a three. That's no good. And the rebound comes down to Rico Swanson Jr. Michael Green with it, right wing. He'll take the deep three. It's no good. Rebound Jeffers, and he'll put it up and in. 49-31, back to an 18-point advantage. Rico Jones, left side ready, just inside the arc. No, they'll give him a three. 49-34. Inside, up and in is Kyrese Parker. All of a sudden, we're starting to get up and down just a little bit. 51-34. On the other end, Martin can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Ellis. He'll bring it up himself. Spins in the lane and was bailed out really by a foul on Carroll.
Carroll foul. Arius Jones.
It's going to go on Jones. That'll be his second. First team foul against Carroll here in the second half, and the big fella Jared Hofer has checked back into the ball game. Both teams have used 8 or 9 players tonight. Jeffers, or check that. Fulmer throws it in. Up top, got it to Tayshawn Godwin. Swanson Jr. works the dribble against Dylan Redding, drives into the lane, throws up a wild shot, no good. Rebound knocked around, and we've got a whistle and a foul. Gonna go on Carroll. Pretty good shot. As that one, actually they're going to put that on Shaquille Johnson. So it's going to go against South Bend Adams. And it was Rico Swanson that took the brunt of the contact. So Shaquille Johnson picks up his third, second team foul against South Bend Adams here in the second half. McKeeman will get it to Redding quickly into the front court, down the lane, and he'll lay it up and missed it. And the rebound comes down to Fulmer. They go the other way as Green's into the front court. Left-handed dribble comes over to Godwin. Godwin down the lane. Nice wraparound pass, and Godwin will put it up and in. Or check that, Johnson with that last basket. They almost turn it over. Now McKeeman will get a spot up three, and it's good again.
Number 5, McKeeman.
McKeeman in double figures. He's the first Charger to get there tonight. He's got 11. Here's Ellis, a deep three, and it's good. Walter Ellis has 12. 56-37, back to a 19-point advantage. Just when you think Carroll is ready to start chipping away, Adams will go on a little bit of a run. And I think maybe we've got somebody that might be bleeding a little bit. They're going to force him to the bench. Looks like it's Jacob Redding. They're going to 10-2 down on the end of the bench as he's been forced to come out of the ball game. Jones will inbound. Got it to Swoverlin. We've got a whistle and a foul against South Bend Adams. They're going to put that one against Tayshawn Godwin. Check that. They put it on Johnson. That's his fourth. He's going to come out of the ball game. They lob it in for Hofer. He'll catch it right of the lane. Shot rolls around, wouldn't go. And the rebound comes down to William Jeffers. Quickly the other way for South Bend Adams, and throwing up the acrobatic shot was Tayshawn Godwin. And it's 58-37. Here's Arius Jones, crossover. Right side to Swovson. Inside, Hofer can't finish. Rebound knocked around, and South Bend Adams can't come up with it. In fact, they'll kick it out of bounds. It'll stay with Carroll with 2:39 to play here in the third quarter. Kyrese Parker, the 6'3 senior, back into the lineup. He'll come in to replace Nick Fulmer. And on the inbound, a whistle and a foul. This one also against South Bend Adams. And that's going to go on Jeffers. That's his third. Shot no good. Another rebound for Walter Ellis. South Bend Adams by 21. Ellis a three in the corner, buried it. I think South Bend Adams has exceeded all expectations they may have had coming into the game tonight. Here's McKeeman, gets free, fires another three, and he buried it again. Daniel McKeeman, he's been one of the bright spots for Carroll tonight. He now has 14 to lead the Chargers in scoring tonight. Here's Godwin to Green. He'll get it to Jeffers. Now back it comes to Walter Ellis. Right corner, Green will take the three. Missed it. Nice rebound and saved by Parker, but right to Carroll. Arias Jones back the other way. Leaves it for McKeeman. Again, he buries it. That kid's having a night. He's got 17. Still an 18-point lead for South Bend Adams as Ellis misses the three. And Hofer's got the rebound. Coming up on a minute to play here in the third quarter. 61-43. South Bend Adams with the lead. Here's McKeeman again. That one missed. He's got it top of the key. Got it! 61-46, and South Bend Adams is going to call the timeout. It'll be a 30, and you've got to think that Coach Milt Cooper has to be asking his team who's guarding number 5, and I think the appropriate answer right now would be nobody. Daniel McKeeman, the 5'11 sophomore, has come off the bench to score 20 tonight for the Carroll Chargers, and he has single-handedly cut the lead down to 15, 61-46. It had ballooned up to 21 at one point, and McKeeman has been the long-range bomber tonight for the Carroll Chargers. Eagles across the timeline. Under a minute to play here in the quarter, and a whistle and a foul. That's on Dylan Redding. That's his first. Just the second team foul on Carroll here in the second half. Green picked up by McKeeman. Right side. It's Kyrese Parker with it. Back. It goes to Godwin. Into the paint, dumps it down low, couldn't get the shot away. They'll throw it back out for Ellis. Now here's a long three that's up and no good. Rebound tapped around and brought out of there by Carroll. Riley Perlick ripped it out of there. 61-46, down to 15 seconds to play in the third. Arias Young works the left-handed dribble. Got it to Perlick, down to 7 seconds. Perlick against Breiler. They'll kick it right corner. Young will drive baseline, and a foul on South Bend Adams with a minute to go, or a second to go rather. Adwin's going to go against Tayshawn Godwin. And Carroll will inbound with 1 second left on the clock. They got it inside. The shot is up, and it will count as they got it into Riley Perlick. And he just beat the buzzer to send it to the fourth quarter. 61-48, South Bend Adams. (61-48). South Bend Adams has the lead. It's Carroll basketball to start this quarter. And while we were away, basket up and good for Carroll. And all of a sudden, they have knocked that lead down to 10. It is 61-51. Here's a three up and no good. Rebound tapped around, wouldn't go, and Carroll comes out with the basketball. Chargers trailed it at 1 point by 21. They could get it to single digits here. Long three up, no good. On the rebound, it's brought out of there by South Bend Adams. This is Redding with it. Left of the circle is now the Eagles look as though they may have been willing to spread the court, but they're not going to do it. Pass deflected out of bounds by Young. Was once a 21-point lead for South Bend Adams. It's been whittled down to 10. Inbounds comes to Rico Swanson. Now to Walter Ellis. He'll drive baseline, and foul coming up against Carroll. This one's going to go against Arius Jones. That'll be his first. Jeffers out of the ball game. Nick Fulmer back in. He's hit 3 threes off the bench tonight. Got 11 points. Rico Swanson throws it in, gets it right back from the free throw line, almost traveled. Out to Ellis, he'll pull up on the baseline, missed it. Rebound fought for. Fulmer comes out with it over near the sideline. Now Fulmer gets open for a three, missed it. And the rebound comes down to Jones. Quick outlet to Redding. Carroll looks to run. Redding all the way. Shot good and a foul. All of a sudden, that 21-point lead is down to 8, and it could soon be 7. Anthony Martin will check in.
Adams foul, number 12, Rico Swanson.
Ehrlich will have a seat on the bench. And boy, should South Bend Adams let this one get away. That 2-hour bus ride back to South Bend would seem even longer. Redding's free throw good. (61-54). Here's Swanson drives. No shot, foul before the shot. That's going to go on Dylan Redding, his second. It's the 4th team foul against Carroll here in the second half. It'll be Rico Swanson Jr. to throw it in down on the baseline. Ellis is fouled. That also will go on Dylan Redding. That'll be his 3rd.
Carroll foul, number 12, Dylan Redding.
5 team fouls now against Carroll, second half. 6 have been whistled against South Bend Adams. Inbounds comes to Michael Green against McKeeman. Walter Ellis Jr. in the corner. Has it against Jones. We're down to 5 minutes to play. 7-point lead for South Bend Adams. They'll turn it over, and Redding will get an easy deuce on the other end. 61-56. That 21-point lead is down to 5, and South Bend Adams wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Hard to believe this was a 21-point game at one point. It was 18 at halftime, and now Carroll has whittled that lead all the way down to 5, and we still have 5:24 to go here in the ball game. It's been almost all Chargers here in this second half, with maybe the exception of the first couple of minutes of the third quarter when South Bend Adams was able to get that lead over 20 points. Ever since then, it has been all Chargers. It'll be Michael Green Jr. or Michael Green to throw it in. Rico Swanson Jr. waits in the backcourt, and now South Bend Adams tried to make a substitution. William Jeffers will have to wait till after the ball's put in play. So Green will throw it in. Backcourt it goes to Rico Swanson Jr. Into the front court. Honestly, South Bend Adams has pretty much shot themselves out of this basketball game in the second half. Here's another three by Fulmer that won't go, and Carroll's got the rebound. Adams, quite honestly, has played this fourth quarter and the end of the third quarter like they were behind. Here's McKeeman. Guarded tightly by Fulmer, gets it to Redding. Redding into the lane, kicks it out to McKeeman. They'll bounce it between the circles. Over to the right side. Fulmer comes out to put some pressure on him. Now to Arias Jones. Here's a long three by Redding. It's no good. And the rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Arias Jones. And that'll give Jeffers a chance to check back in for South Bend Adams. Also, Tayshawn Godwin is going to re-enter the lineup. 4:34 to go, 61-56. Now Perlick's going to head to the scorer's table. He'll check in at the next dead ball for Carroll. Here's Michael Green. Goes over to Kyrese Parker. Inside to Ellis. He'll put it off the glass and in. And that stops the bleeding, at least for the time being now for South Bend Adams. Ball kicked. It'll stay with Carroll. Lead back to 7, 63-56. Walter Ellis has 17 tonight. Here's McKeeman. Right side for Redding. To Martin, now to Young. Inside to Martin, right-handed in the lane, left it short. Redding's got the rebound, and he's fouled by Jeffers. William Jeffers will pick up his fourth foul. That's 17 fouls now against South Bend Adams. So for the final 3:51, Carroll will be in the bonus. Redding trying to narrow this 7-point lead for South Bend Adams, and the first one's up and good. 63-57. .61 senior got them both. 63-58. South Bend Adams continues to play with the lead in the basketball. Here's a backdoor cut to Swanson Jr., and he is going to be bumped and fouled from behind by Daniel McKeeman. That's his second. Team foul number 6 on Carroll. So both teams will now be in the bonus for the remainder of the ball game. Here's Tayshawn Godwin to throw it in. It comes in way up top to Ellis down the lane. Strong move to the basket, and Walter Ellis has 2 more. He's got 19, and it's 65-58. And Carroll will turn it over. We go back the other way. Ellis across the timeline as we're under 3.5 to play. Out it comes to Rico Swanson Jr. To Godwin, now to Jeffers, and he'll throw it right to Eris Young. Long outlet for McKeeman, and he'll lay it up and in. First basket tonight, I think, by McKeeman that wasn't a three. It's not entirely true, but it just seems like it. He's got 22. 65-60, back to a 5-point lead for South Bend Adams. And they've got possession. And they almost turn it over. Ellis somehow able to keep the basketball. Here's Swanson Jr. drives in the paint, tripped up, and they're going to get the timeout. South Bend Adams will get the timeout. And I believe it's going to be a full one. Just a 30. 30-second timeout taken by South Bend Adams, and I think there were some folks from Carroll wanting to travel. Instead, the officials gave Rico Swanson Jr. the timeout. Looked like he may have been tripped up as well. After all that was cleared, it's a timeout for South Bend Adams. They'll continue to have possession of the basketball, and they did turn it into a full timeout. South Bend Adams will continue to have possession of the basketball and a 5-point lead. We're down to 2:36 to go. Both teams are in the bonus from this point on. 17 fouls for South Bend Adams, 6 on Carroll, and the possession arrow favors the South Bend Adams Eagles. Carroll breaks the huddle. Become a ball game now. So Tayshawn Godwin to throw it in. Still looking for help. Got it into Parker. Now it goes to Walter Ellis. Right side, Green, offensive foul. And Carroll's going to get the basketball back. For Green, his second. That's the team's 8th. And full court pressure coming up from South Bend Adams, leading by 5. McKeeman to throw it in. Got it into Martin, back to McKeeman. The sophomore will bring it across the timeline. Nearly lost the handle, able to keep possession. Works the left-handed dribble to Redding in the corner. He'll drive it baseline and put it up and in. It's a 3-point ball game, 65-62. As we hit the 2-minute mark. Here's Swanson. Got the feed to Parker, and he puts it up and in. 67-62. Down to 1:48 to play, and Carroll wants a timeout. It'll be a full one, and we shall take it with them. 1:48 to play, 67-62, South Bend Adams. We're back in a minute. (67-62). It was once a 21-point lead for South Bend Adams. It's been whittled down to 5. And Carroll burned the timeout. But now South Bend Adams just trying to hold on for dear life. We're under 2 minutes to play. It'll be Carroll basketball right in front of the scorer's table. Walter Ellis will guard the inbound. It comes into Young. Back to McKeeman. He has been a sharp shooter tonight. The sophomore off the bench has 22. Here's Young. Wide open lane to the basket, and he lays it up and in with a reverse layup. The lead is down to 3, 67-64, and a turnover for South Bend Adams. And now Carroll could tie it with a 3. Here's McKeeman across the timeline. Under a minute and a half to play. Over to Young. He'll fire the long 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Perlick. He'll put it up, had it blocked. Got it back. The shot is up and good by Martin. It is a 1-point game. As we come up on a minute to play, inside shot up and good by Parker. 69-66, we're under a minute. Here's Young right side. Up top, Perlick. Left side, McKeeman. Crossover, McKeeman down the baseline. They'll get it out to Young. May have gotten away with a travel. Kicks it to Redding, left corner. No good. Rebound comes down to Ellis, and a whistle and a foul on Carroll with 35.8 to go. We'll walk to the other end, and it'll be free throws for South Bend Adams. It'll be Walter Ellis going to the stripe. He's got 19 tonight. Junior. Trying to turn it into a 2-possession game. First one's on the way and good. 70-66. No matter what he does on this one, it would still be a 2-possession game. Got them both. 71-66. McKeeman across the timeline. Now 30 seconds. Left side it goes to Jones. They get it to Perlick. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound to South Bend Adams with under 20 to play. And Ellis is going to be fouled, and we'll go back to the other end. And Walter Ellis and his 21 points back to the free throw line. Martin picks up the foul. Team fouls now even at 8 apiece. And a couple here by Walter Ellis could quickly turn it back into a 3-possession game. First one's up and good. He's got 22 in the ball game. And makes it a 6-point lead. He's trying to turn it into a 3-possession game for Carroll now. And he does. He got them both. And it's 73-66. Carroll has to hurry. McKeeman tried to get free and couldn't. Right side Redding a 3. It's no good. Rebound tapped out. McKeeman's got it. Deflected around down to 5 seconds. Here's Ellis. And he is going to be fouled by Perlick. And it's pretty much all academic now. South Bend Adams is going to hang on. They let a 21-point lead all but evaporate. And they're going to get out of here with a W. Ellis back to the line. He's hit 4 in a row here in this fourth quarter, make it 5. And he now has 24 points. Got them both again. 75-66. McKeeman, a desperation 3 is no good, and that will be the final. South Bend Adams has to hold on after building up a 21-point lead in the second half. They had it trimmed down to 3. And they win it by 9. Final score, 75-66. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Have yourself a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time with more high school basketball on Summit City Sports.